Can you break down for us what the mental skills were?
Yeah, so from a kind of scientific literature point of view, we're talking about the science of self compassion, self awareness, and self regulation, which in everyday speak translates as understanding that suffering is normal and that everybody struggles in life. That's the self compassion piece. And when you understand that, it prevents you from feeling so discriminated. I didn't feel singled out. I never thought, how could this possibly happen to us? Because the reality is that adversity doesn't discriminate. Terrible things, sadly, happen to us all. So knowing that really helped me. And then on top of that, I also have had, immense training to make me very selective over where I focus my attention. So I know that the things that I focus my attention on make up my world. And I also understand that humans are born with this negativity bias, which means that we're programmed to focus on all the crappy bits, everything that we haven't got, everything that's gone wrong, everything that's a threat, everything that we can't do. And because I know that, and because I know that that isn't going to serve me well when I'm really on that kind of, monumental struggle to come back from Abby's loss, it made me intentionally, deliberately tune into the good. And so I'm not talking about, skipping around and going, oh, well, that's just nothing, life's all sweet and good, because it absolutely wasn't. But it is about noticing that we still got two beautiful sons who, I was determined to live for. And I really remember having this voice in my head that would say to me, choose life, not death. Don't lose what you have for what you have lost. And so I was very determined in tuning into the fact that we have a great social support network. We have people cook us meals. We have people help with the funeral. But still, even, what are we now, 6 years later, we still have people who we bump into on the beach in the morning. And when they say to us, are you okay? And we're not okay, they never say, oh, haven't you got over that yet? They're just in it for the long haul. So understanding that that suffering is part of life, choosing very deliberately where you focus your attention. And the third strategy it comes from that second strategy, that you ask yourself, is what I'm doing, the way I'm thinking or the way I'm acting, helping or harming me in my quest to survive this or get through whatever is, challenging me? Asking yourself this question puts you back in the driver's seat. So I would find myself all the time thinking, okay, is the way I'm, sitting looking at Instagram photos of Abby and her friends and what they've posted about her at 11 o'clock at night, is it helping or harming me? And I'd be like, seriously, Lucy, put your phone down, turn it away, and go off to bed. But I would still use that strategy today, thinking, is having my phone next to me in the middle of the night and checking my email helping or harming you? The fifth glass of wine you have on a Tuesday night helping or harming you? All of those media notifications, when we went into lockdown, suddenly being bombarded by all that terrible news and everything else, it just makes you think, take your own mental health seriously. And it also gives you that kind of confidence that fundamentally, what the right decision for you is. So 3 strategies that really, I guess, kind of guided and still guide today in my thinking.
Even if you are engaging in these 3 strategies, there's still lots of space for grieving, though. It doesn't take away the pain.
Yeah, thank you for saying that, because it's so important to me that people understand that I'm not talking about removing the pain. You can't remove the pain. I was driving along this morning crying about our little girl, and I don't mind that, because now that's my connection to her. That's because she's still present in my life and in my heart. what we're talking about is, in psychological terms, we're talking about healthy adaptation to loss, we call it, snappy phrase. What we're talking about is balancing your grief with also giving you some practical tools to make you feel like you're an active participant in your grieving process, so that you're not completely powerless. You're not waiting for Elizabeth Kubler-Ross's 5 stages of grief to come along and swallow you up, because actually there's very little evidence to show that we all go through those 5 stages of grief. So the idea is that in my work, we're encouraging people to find the ways of thinking and acting that help them navigate their tough times. And the secret to doing that is to tune into what is helping you, what is harming you, who is helping you, who is harming you, and really personalize it for your own ends. But no, there's sadly nothing will ever take away, that longing and loss. Although, of course, you do learn to live with it.
And pain is something that you kind of have to let happen in a way, don't you?
One of the kind of things I always say to people about resilience is that a resilient person, when they're being resilient, they're not like avoiding any emotion. So there's nothing wrong with feeling anger, sadness, fear, jealousy. These are all really important emotions. Emotions are data. They're there to teach you, to warn you about something. But a resilient person doesn't get stuck in any one emotion. And if you are stuck, always feeling fearful or sad, then that's when you need to get help, because you can't function well if you're stuck in any emotion, whether that is joy or anger.